Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew, and this is going to be the beginning of a bi-monthly series where we go through my net worth. Just a brief background on me. I'm currently a full-time student and a Marine Corps reservist. Before we start, there's some goals that I'd like to achieve with this series. The first one is to do everything in one cut, one take. I like to be as real as possible. I don't want to be sitting here editing a bunch of videos. I'm just trying to get my voice heard and kind of document this for myself. That kind of ties into the second goal I have, and that's kind of financial literacy for the people around me, family, friends, other Marines, and I mean anyone who really watches the video. Just kind of building that environment where we can, become literate in finance and kind of grow off each other. Um, the third goal I have is kind of just tracking my progress, more of a personal thing. Once you start a journey like this, it's kind of difficult to see like where you've been without tracking the progress. So, I mean, as you can see on the screen, I only started January of 2026 and my net worth was already 85,000. So all the progress before then, like I really have no way to track, how far I've come. I mean, I know mentally, but once you start getting older like that, that stuff kind of starts to fade away. And the fourth goal I have is kind of like just being more comfortable just talking to a screen. I'm very social and I can talk to people, but for some reason talking to a computer when no one's there kind of messes with me. So yeah, now that we got over the goals I kind of want, let's start this off. So I got my checking account and I got the numbers written down right here, so bear with me while I type these in. But that's sitting at $6,640.73. So that's kind of a big jump from May. And the reason I have it like that, I don't like to keep a lot of money in my checkings, but I just recently sent 5,000 from my savings to my checking in order to pull it out because I'm planning on buying a truck from Facebook Marketplace. Moving on to my savings, I've got $14,232.80. So that one pretty much remained unchanged on paper, but I know actually where the money went. I had that 5,000 that I had in it, so it was sitting at 19,000 around late June, and then just beginning of the month I pulled this 5,000 out. But that's fine with me. I mean, that's really the way I have my high yield savings is kind of like an emergency fund, and I also use it to save cash in order to max out my IRA the next December. Sorry, December 29th, like that one New Year's. That's kind of my goal there is like I have the 7,500 sitting there for New Year's, and once that fucking ball drops, boom, I put the 7,500 into that account. Obviously when the market's open, but that's kind of how I see my high yield savings. All right, next, moving on to my individual account. That's sitting at $35,878.08. So as you can see, that one's up like around 6,000. I've been investing like heavily into the individual account. I mean, obviously, I've already maxed out my IRA. Like I said, I do that at the beginning of the year. So any extra money, like as much as I can, I'm aggressively investing into that individual account. Right now, my holdings are like it's around 15 to 16,000 in Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman, and then about 1,500 in Take Two, which is Rockstar. I kind of just did that for GTA 6, like shits and giggles. And then all the rest is in VU, and I think around 4,000 is in VXUS, which is the international fund. But I plan to just add more to VU for now. I'm gonna probably diversify that, but I like having like the mix of stocks and the mutual funds. So, all right, moving on to my IRA. Right now, this is sitting at $26,560.21. All right, and that I mean it's changed a little bit, but I can't put any money into that, so that's really just going up with the market. Nothing I can really do about that right now. Next, thrift savings plan. Now, this is pretty much like the government's version of the 401k. So I got this from being active duty Marine Corps. It's like our version of the 401k. It's actually really good. I didn't invest in it since I got out just because I wasn't getting paid. So if you're not getting paid from the government, you can't invest in it, obviously. But now, since I'm a reservist, I have all my paycheck just going straight into it pretty much because I don't really care about the money I get from working as reserves. I kind of just do it for the love of the game. I don't know. But now I have it going into this account. So eventually, like, say I get out of the reserves, like, I'll just roll it over into my IRA, or maybe I'll roll my IRA into the TSB, depending on if I get a federal job, stuff like that. But that is sitting at $17,004.56. That should go up in around like a week or two because I just got paid. I had a 2 week drill in the summer, so I'm still waiting on one of my paychecks, and I just changed it to 100%. So I anticipate that going up to around 18 pretty soon, but I mean, we'll see on the next update. All right, vehicle equity. I'm just going to keep this the same. I have a 2024 Nissan Sentra, has around 50,000 miles on it, but yeah, I'd say it's still worth that. I think in the Kelly Blue Book, it's like 18.5 or something. So I kind of just bump it down just in case, say I needed to sell my car urgently, like I'm not going to get, that value for it. And then I also have a motorcycle. It's a '06 Gixxer 750. That 5,000. The Kelly Blue Book on that, it's like 6,500, which I don't know. I've seen them posted, but they've been posted for a while. If I was gonna sell it, I'd probably sell it for like 55. But 5,000 right there, kind of stay safe. All right, so overall, that is now $122,316.38. It's a pretty good jump for May to July. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, that's pretty good jump. I'm really about like the slow, consistent growth. Right now, I've recently been getting paid more, so I'm aggressively just going into my individual account. Sorry, I didn't go over my liabilities just because I don't really have any. I just kind of keep them all at zero. I pay off my credit cards like the day of. I don't really hold debts. I don't like having debt at all. Really about stability, which is kind of why I have that 15,000 in my high yield savings. Like, general rule of thumb, 6 to 8 months of living expenses is kind of what I go off of. But that 15,000 really like keeps me very secure. It's like I will not have to worry my car breaks down. Like I mean, I could buy a new car for 15,000. Like say something happens at the house, like fridge, oven, like laundry, washer, dryer, stuff like that. Like I will not have to worry at all. And the biggest thing for me with like building wealth is having that stability and the safety. Like I don't want to have to worry about money. Keeps my mind free. All right, so now with the $0 in liabilities, same amount, $122,316.38. I built this net worth tracker at the beginning of the year, like I said, and I really like it. I like how I can kind of see the graph I built on the side go up, and it has the months and all that. Um, if you guys are interested in it, I can put it in the bio of the video, or let me know, and I can get this out to you guys. I mean, I just looked up YouTube videos how to make an Excel sheet net worth, and I just built it. So all right, and at the bottom here, I got some goals that I had, and these goals I made in January when I created this net worth tracker, and I already like crushed them, so I kind of made new goals off to the side in the beginning of June. But kind of going over the old goals I had was 10,000 in my emergency fund by June, and boom, I mean in May, I already had 14,000, so I crushed that out of the water. Another goal I had was 30,000 in my individual account by 2027. And I also finished that in June pretty much. I mean, May I had 29,500, so I was an inch away. But my July is at 35,800, so crush that. Create net worth tracker. Boom, this is it. So that's done. And then right here, I have like half done a budget, testing and revising it. Personally, like I'm not a big fan of budgets. Like it just seems like a lot of work for me to do. Like it's very tedious, especially like as you can see, I have multiple banks, boom, USAA, CIT, Fidelity, Discover down here. And it's like I have to go in all these apps, and then once I go on the apps, I have to, see for which day, and it just gets really annoying trying to do all that. So I did try and do it for 2 months, and I was just like very irritating going in and updating it every day. So maybe that's something in the future I'll do, but I'd have to find a new way to do it because just balancing like the credit cards and then like I use my checking account to pay the credit card off. It's just very irritating. So going over the new goals I have right here. So it's very like uh, what's the word? I can't remember. It's kind of aggressive, but I want to have 100,000 invested by 2027, excluding my TSP. For some reason, I just never really count that. I don't know why. For me, it's like since it got taken out of my paycheck anyways, like I don't really think about that being my money. So I like just kind of thinking that as like an extra thing on the side. Um, but yeah, that's kind of my goal. Super aggressive, 100,000 invested. But I think it is realistic, based off the income I'm getting right now. And I'm gonna see how far. We'll see in September when I update, like how close I am to that goal. I'm not too far off. I ran the numbers a few weeks ago, and I think I could definitely achieve it. And that's not including the 7,500 that I'm trying to save for New Year's to put straight into my IRA for that next year. So I think I'll be able to do both. And then, oh yeah, that kind of ties into my next goal, 22,500 in my savings before December. Like I've said a few times already, that is so I can just boom, don't have to worry about my IRA the whole year, and then it just starts growing off that first deposit and transaction. That's the way I like to do it. Like I don't like adding it incrementally. Like I'd rather just boom, put the 7,500 there on January 1st, uh, buy my VU and then boom, time in the market. Like that's the biggest thing for me is time in the market. So yeah, it looks like I mean we went over everything. There's my goals, there's my net worth. Like I said, if you would like this net worth tracker or if you have any questions, just throw them in the comments. I'll help you build your own net worth tracker. I'm very passionate about this. I like to teach, coach, mentor, like I said, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.